For me, leaving AA has felt similar in this specific way to quitting smoking. This is what I mean. When I quit smoking cigarettes in 2010, there would be like over the next 2 or 3 years, there would be moments where I would think, I want a cigarette. I want a cigarette. And because I wasn't smoking and I was deep in learning meditation and mindfulness at that time, like I literally quit smoking at the SFO airport, San Francisco airport, on a flight to India, the first time I went to India. And I was going there to do meditation and yoga, right? And mindfulness, like learn all about it. So while I'm there, I'm deep in these practices, learning how to be more mindful and stuff. I'm like 6 months sober at the time. And so what I realized when I quit smoking cigarettes is that these urges to smoke that I would have that happened a lot at the beginning and then less over time. So a lot in the first month or 3 or 6. I don't like getting sober from anything. And then after a year or 2 or 3, they were less frequently. And then I just don't even have them anymore. And what I realized was it wasn't that I wanted a cigarette. It's that my brain took the feeling I was feeling inside my body of discomfort of some flavor and was interpreting that as I want a cigarette, get a cigarette, because the cigarette is what I was using to mask that feeling or to medicate that feeling or to change how I felt. So when I was feeling uncomfortable, I wanted a cigarette. I didn't want a cigarette. I wanted comfort. That was like my big aha when I quit smoking cigarettes. The same thing happened for me when I quit Alcoholics Anonymous. Yes, it did feel like quitting an addiction because there was a lot of times that I would have a feeling that I wanted to go to an AA meeting. You should go to an AA. The thought was go to an AA meeting, just like the thought had been, pick up a cigarette. And what I realized was, I'm like, oh, this is like smoking. I'm having a discomfort. I am uncomfortable physically with how I feel. And my brain is saying that a meeting is what I want. I don't want a meeting. I don't want to go and harm myself. I didn't want to smoke again because I realized that was harmful for me. And I was trying to, do all this pranayama and yoga breathing and stuff. And like, I didn't want AA. I realized it was harmful for me, but the discomfort was triggering a thought that said, go to AA. So the thought was go for the solution to my discomfort. But I was rewiring that by not going to AA, by, as AA would say, playing the tape through, right? So if I go to a meeting, what's going to happen? I'm going to listen to baloney. It's going to indoctrinate me, or I'm going to be frustrated to be exposed to it. So yes, there might be connection there, and maybe I'm feeling lonely. Maybe I'm feeling a desire that I feel, a need that I feel that the meeting is going to give me. But really, I'm having a need that can be replaced in a healthy way, in a way that doesn't feel harmful to me, just like with the cigarette, right? And so I'm feeling uncomfortable physically, and my body is thinking, go to the meeting. And so by not going to the meeting, which I didn't, I became better, more skilled at being with my discomfort. And for me, really what helps me is mindfulness or movement. So if I go into it, like where physically in my body do I feel uncomfortable? Like when I'm thinking in my head, go to a meeting, but I don't want to go to it because I feel like it's like a toxic relationship that I'm leaving, right? So where do I physically feel uncomfortable in my body? Okay, it's in my chest. My chest feels tight. Okay, in my belly, there's something going on. Oh my God, my jaw is so tight. So I close my eyes. I literally scan my body and I just kind of adjust myself. I'm like, oh, okay, I relax my jaw if it's tight. I notice my chest is tight, so I just breathe. And then I'm like, okay, I take a breath. And I go, where is that discomfort now? Okay, it's in my belly. Okay, relax. And usually within like 30, maybe 90 seconds at most, my whole system has shifted. My nervous system, I mean, I even feel different right now just doing that here with you. My whole system feels different. And I'm out of that need, that discomfort, that feeling, that thought, go to the meeting, or that thought, grab the cigarette, that addictive kind of patterning to go to something that I quit, that I feel that is harmful for me. And I'm now in a more grounded place, and I'm no longer being emotionally reactive or driven by my emotions. The amygdala, back here in our brains. Now I'm back in my prefrontal cortex because I've calmed and regulated my nervous system, which means I have more access to my rational thinking, my conscious choice. So, okay, what's the problem? Is the problem that I'm lonely? Do I need to figure out what my hobbies are? Do I need to reach out to a friend? Do I need to make a friend? Like, what is the positive solution here? If I don't want to go to something that harms me, whether it's a cigarette or Alcoholics Anonymous, what can I do to fill my needs in a way where I'm not betraying myself and I could stick to what I wanted to do, which is not do something harmful? So that was what the process was like for me. I felt a withdrawal kind of similar to cigarettes, to AA meetings, where I noticed the craving, if you will, to go to a meeting. And then I was just with myself. And I medicated, if you will, that feeling of discomfort that was triggering a thought of go to AA. I medicated it with my mind. I just used mindfulness. And then I was like, well, what do I really need here? Because I really might be lonely. Now that I've been with my loneliness and helped that feeling move through my body and I'm more calm, do I actually want, am I actually craving community? And do I want to create that in a way that feels sustainable, connected, where I can be authentic, where I don't have to conform? Like, what is it that is this feeling like an indicator of something that's missing in my life that I want to create for myself? So what do I want here? Maybe my feelings are giving me information of something that I want to move forward with. So I found it really helpful to be with my feelings of discomfort that have led to the thoughts of go to a meeting when I'm done, when I quit AA. And yeah, and I don't have those thoughts anymore. I never have a thought, I want to go to a meeting. It's been years since I've had a thought I should go to a meeting. But it did take a couple of years for those thoughts to leave my head. Also, I was trained to think that way, right? When you feel uncomfortable, go to a meeting. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired, whatever, go to a meeting. And while maybe that could have some benefit in the beginning, when impulse control is harder on your brain and the meeting is a better choice than the drink, although that's debatable because there's other ways, non-harmful recovery, right? But, out here, yeah, there's no reason that I need to do something that harms me if I actually can pause, be with my emotional experience, bring my brain back to conscious choice, which happens literally just when I relax. All I have to do, relax my jaw, relax my shoulders, relax my belly, take a breath. And that could probably get me a lot closer to conscious choice, where I can decide what I want to do with my life. I don't have to be a slave to the automatic thoughts that were conditioned into me from AA or any system, really, and that we get to choose. I don't know. That was a long ramble bamble. Let me know what you think.